Try my product.
What?
Sir?
What do you want?
Just thought I ought to tell you, sir, there's a lot of talk on the street about this.
Time for the show.
They're starting to get a pretty strong following.
Excuse me? Did you say...
Time for the show.
Uh-huh.
Do I have to remind you that we are a network affiliate? And we're in competition with other networks, not with a bunch of punks broadcasting out of a closet?
But...
Do you enjoy wasting my time? Get out of my office!
Tonight on Time for the Show, talented people make difficult things look easy. We show you how to make easy things look difficult. The serious questions, such as, is there anything better than a fire-breathing stripper, are tackled. Plus, we teach you how to pronounce the most commonly mispronounced word in the English language, which is, what does this say? Broadcasting live on Free Think Radio from Hypercube HQ in Orlando, Florida, the future capital of the future Spanish Empire.
Right here!
This
Right
is
here!
time for the show where we figure out next week's show every week. I'm Reverend Fidchuli of the Church of the Broken Car Antenna. With me, as always, is Dr. Engineer Dr. Fox. Say
I'm an engineer
hi, buddy.
once and doctor twice. But I'll always be 3 times a lady.
Do you want to flip a coin and see if Pease is here with us?
I am here.
Oh, my coin flip, I win.
The P's of it.
All right,
He's got a
maybe
title too. The Reverend Peas of It.
The Reverend Sick Pease Sick. Hey, Pease.
How you doing, buddy?
Please. Oh, what a week. What a month.
I can
What a
only
show.
imagine it's been a long week for you because
It's
those
been
who
a
listened
long
to
week for me.
last week's episode know that Pease came down with a bad case of the shingies. And last week's episode when we left him, he was still in the throes of the shingies. Pease, how you feeling this week? Catch us all up.
So, since our last show, I started to get a flat. I was leaving a Secret Service briefing in Las Vegas, cybersecurity, and my tire started to throw a belt. And being the P's, I was on the freeway and it was hot. I didn't want to change the tire right there, so I said, let me drive on a little bit because the tire's not lost pressure. The command mod runs a gauge dials that will let him know what individual tire pressures and whatnot are. So the belt eventually rips off, and I'm like, hey, I finally get to the exit, and I pull off, and I think, and I stop, and I look at the tire, and a little bit of the belt is coming off on the inside part of the rim. I'll be fine. Let me just limp home, and then I'll go to the tire shop and get a new tire, because the tire's still holding in.
Get on down to the tire shop.
Speaking of tire,
I go.
This
Let me
story.
finish, man. This is the build up.
do you promise there's a
exciting.
payoff this time, Pease?
Every time.
Because last week you made the mistake of putting the punchline at the beginning of the joke,
Right.
and then
I'm not
leading
doing
us down a 15-minute path.
And there's not so much of a punchline as there is a life.
Right I've ever heard.
All right,
There's not a punchline to this one. There's a life lesson.
Spoiler alert!
Okay, so anyway, I'm driving along the surface streets and I'm getting ready to turn left onto the road. I'm about 6 miles from my house. and I noticed the back of my truck is kind of on fire. There's all kinds.
Was there a dishwasher in it?
No. So I'm thinking maybe my driving on the air tires is not a good idea. So I pull into this thing, and it, man, I just can't describe to you how hot it was. And it was super humid. It's like 112 degrees and 40% humidity. And I laid on the asphalt to kind of find
112
out where to put
degrees
the
and
jack.
40% humidity.
No, I'll give him that.
It's
That
monsoon
sounds
season.
exactly
Hear
right,
him
but
out.
I mean, oh yeah, go ahead, Pease. I'm sorry.
It's monsoon season. Actually, if you look up last Thursday, that's what it was. So anyway, I laid down on the
last
asphalt to look
Thursday.
under the truck, and I actually burned myself. And you know, I'm in all my fancy accoutrements as a cybersecurity. I got my pants on. You know, I'm hanging out with the Secret Service, so you know, I'm looking like a con person. And I just proceed to get
Pease
filthy
is
dirty
responsible for
changing
all of
this
it.
tire. And when I take the tire off, and there's all kinds of tragedies and stuff with going with the tire, but I don't want to make the story too long. So I noticed that the piece of the tire that had been pulled off the wheel had wrapped around the axle like 1,000 times. And so when I got the tire off, I actually take my hunting knife, which I always keep with me in the truck because I'm always out in the desert with the truck, and I cut all this stuff off. I changed the tire. Changing this tire almost kills me. I want people to understand. I'm almost
He's
dead.
in the almost death situation.
I think I'm like, oh my god, maybe I should drive right to the hospital. So anyway, I start driving the truck, and when you go 0 to 35 miles an hour, it starts banging like a bang, bang, bang. What the hell could be going on? I ruined my differential driving
Oh,
with all
wow.
that
There
stuff.
you go, everybody. Pease
So the point
ruined
being
his
is, when you get a
differential.
flat tire,
Jesus Christ.
pull over. Don't drive around and say, "Oh, I can make it," because I just cost myself like $2,000 worth of. Like, I don't have a truck right now because of this.
Well,
It's
as
awful.
all of our regular listeners know, we are broadcasting Time for the Show live on Freethink Radio.
lesson.
And in order to justify the SOCAN license that we get from Doc Ellis, which is like a Canadian ASCAP, we have to provide a public service announcement once a month. And thank you, Reverend Pease, for providing this
You're welcome.
month's public service announcement. Look, if you get a flat on the rear axle,
Pull over.
you're going to
It doesn't
F
matter where
up
you're at.
that differential. Pull the F over.
This entire
change the tire.
broadcast
Yeah,
is
F.
transmission phobic.
Pull the F over, you effing F.
Yeah.
I mean, what the F are you thinking? The more
I know.
F's. All right. Well, thank
The
you.
F
Reverend
stands
Pease.
for freedom.
Now.
I always, when my truck breaks, I always feel like it's Star Trek, and I'm in hospital, and I got, you know, I got to see if I can limp it back to the mothership, and it
Well-
always costs me thousands of dollars because I always
Well,
break my
you know what
shit.
they usually do on Star Treks is use the towing beacon or towing beam. What is it? A homing ray?
The
Yeah.
tractor beam?
Yeah, you have a
You
tractor.
mean the
No,
tractor beam?
a tractor
The towing
beam. No, a tractor beam pulls something towards the
Yes,
ship.
the tractor beam. Well, I know that from Galaga. Well, we're off to a flaming start,
They-
everybody.
What I was getting at
He's
is
got a flat tire.
somebody comes and gets them.
If only somebody
You
had
know?
come up with their towing beacon, I would have been fine.
You mean a cell phone?
I mean, oh, that was another whole drama.
I'm
dude.
sorry
My
that you
cell
missed
phone was
stuff on that
dead.
whole. You know, when I was a kid, I know I'm younger than Pease, but when I was a kid, I had a AAA membership. But now I've got a AAA RP. That means I get 55% off all of my country time dinner buffets between
No,
the
that's
hours
not
of
what that
4
means.
and 5 p.m.
What
And
that means-
I get a discount on my Depends.
Well,
No,
you know
dude, what
you
that
don't
means
have
is
to
that when you
be,
get a flat tire, some old guy will show up and tell you how to fix it. What you're doing.
Yeah, and he'll
well,
call
it
you.
sounds like that's exactly what you needed because now you're out of differential.
Here's a.
So I've had.
This
I had
is
like a
fun.
bad
Thanks for
month, guys.
listening
And then
to
I tried
Time
make
for the Car
yogurt.
Talk.
Yeah, thanks for
I'm the
tuning
one
in,
dead guy.
everybody,
This is the
to
other
listen
dead guy.
yeah, P's got a flat
You're
tire,
listening
everybody.
to Canadian
You
Public
spent
Radio.
11 minutes
flat
of
tire
your
that
life
almost
to
killed
find out that P's got a flat tire.
It almost
You're
killed me.
welcome.
I'm checking the chat.
Don't
They're already
worry.
saying that this PSA is BS. It's already
No,
filled.
they're saying
It's already filled with negative. It's just false news.
Right.
Well,
False news.
P's came out of the gate strong with his flat tire, and now that we're
I don't
in
know
the,
what to follow that with.
Well, we're in the
Right.
fourth
Show's
furlong of the show, so we have a lot of show actually ahead of us. We have a tribute to a lost Hypercube hero.
oh
we-
yeah, I was
we're
supposed
going
to
to
the song.
have
Hold
a
on,
mo-
I got the song.
We're going to have a moment of. Well, I was going to tell everybody like the whole menu. I wasn't going to get into it yet, Dr.
Okay,
Fox.
no, but now I can set it up. That's how it
All right.
works, you know.
Well, set it up, boy. Set it up. Get on there. All right. So, in addition to the tribute that we have to a lost Hypercube hero, a moment of silent noise for the hero that we will name later. He's
I
somebody
don't know.
that
Maybe
most of
we
you know.
shouldn't.
We're also going to talk about our new favorite sport. We're going to get to the blind eye segment. This is going to be the third week in a row that we're going to do Is It a Band?
Oh,
And
did you get me some band names?
Yes.
Did you look them up?
Yes.
So you did.
No, I didn't look them up because I'm going to play the game.
Oh, you're
That-
gonna play
that
the
would
game.
be
So now
cheating.
I've got work to do now.
Yeah, you're going to, yeah. Well, that's why they call you Dr. Engineer Dr. Fox.
I guess so.
Okay. So the Is It a Band game is I make up 7 band names off the top of my head. He looks them up, and then me and Pease bet on whether or not they're a band name, one at a time. The winner.
I'm thinking about withholding
wins
the scores
most
this
of the
week, but
show.
we'll elaborate on that later.
And in addition to that, we have viewer mail coming up. So there's like a
Do we have viewer mails?
I have a viewer mail.
Hooray!
I have one from Dry Jack, Nevada. I'm not going to name the person yet till we get to the segment. But yeah,
I
that's
have
what
one,
we
too.
have. It's going to be a great show.
He
We
says
have
viewer
all
mail.
that coming up. And we have 2 hours to do it right here on Free Think Radio. Where once again, every week, we spend 2 hours coming up with the next week's show every week.
So now that we have the format down,
Oh, and
all we
P's
have to
got
do
a flat tire.
is come
Also,
up with the content.
Excuse me, P's got a flat tire.
I'm sorry, Peas.
P's got a
It was
flat
pretty
tire.
bad.
And it
was
fucked
pretty
up his
bad.
differential.
It was Peas bad. Peas
That's right.
bad.
Dude, it
bro.
costs a lot of money. Why are you making fun of my misery?
Well, P's because you came out of the gate like with the you opened the show with you
12
got a
minutes.
flat tire.
It was pretty bad.
Well, all right. Well, you know what? You know what, P's?
Hold
You're
my hand,
pretty
Fid.
handsome. I know that. Did they give you a ticket for handsomeness? Because I would
No.
have.
I mean, it was either lead with that or my other story, but I didn't want to be political, so I'm not doing that one.
I want you to be
I'm
political.
excited. I'm excited to
just
hear.
so I
I'm
can
excited to hear
disagree
the
with you.
musical guest tonight.
Well, you already know who it is.
20th Century Man by the King.
Wow.
Got it lined up
Are you
by
psychic,
the kink.
or are you just
not.
psychic and handsome? Which one of those two?
Oh, come on. He saw that coming.
It doesn't matter what I say because the listeners that don't get the show live on radio, they don't get to enjoy the music, and it's very eclectic that we listen to on the show because in the podcast, a management decision was made that fair use recording of an actual on-air radio show would somehow cause us some kind of legal problem with the man.
You're a
So the
legal
songs
plot.
are
It's
not
okay. We
available
met with
in
our
the,
lawyer
archive of the
today.
podcast.
We're gonna be okay.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Peace.
What?
How about will you research that for us on the show?
Sure. I already did it.
Because I do know that we
We'll be
are
fine.
authorized to play copyright content. For those of you listening to this, time for the show on the podcast
Live on radio.
version, We broadcast this live every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern on freethinkradio.com. This is actually a live recorded radio format podcast.
That's why it sucks.
And where I'm going with this is that Doc Ellis is the man who runs Free Think Radio. He's the HMFIC. He has a SOCAN license, which enables us to play copyrighted material on the live broadcast version. But it is unclear to us yet unto so though forth if we are actually allowed to release copyrighted material on the podcast version of the live radio show that you are listening to right now, live radio viewer. And so it's unclear. And in the meantime, until we figure it out,
Yeah, don't screw it up.
we're cross-fading out the song breaks. But Reverend Pease, since you are so concerned about this, why don't you take it upon yourself to I'll tell you what, I'll give you like a merit badge and like not a tug job, but like a dick flick. I won't tug you off, but I'll flick that dick. I'll just flick it. What do you say, pal? Can I flick the tip of your penis so that you will do research for the show? And I think Reverend Peace is out.
Is he? Is he?
He's
he's in here. So
No, he's gone.
I'd like to let you know
So
that
at this time-
today's show is brought to you by the Apple AirBook. Quote, the best computer I ever bought, says Reverend Pease of Time for the Show. Now, kids,
Don't forget the promo
when we
code
do
Pease.
this
That's
show,
BEAS.
normally, now I'm shy on a couple of, I lost my phone. I don't know where my phone is, and I've been looking for it, but we shall overcome. But I can't send a picture of what all goes on here. But here at the Hypercube, it is a bevy of cables and
She was my favorite
Machinery.
golden girl.
bevy.
Bevy.
Or
that
cables.
Was my favorite.
I like the way she wraps around you.
Well, I would fuck cables, but I would marry Bevy.
and
then-
which
and
one
then
would you kill?
I would kill Urkel.
Oh,
All right,
man.
we have to go to a goddamn song.
I guess so.
Because we have to get Peace back on. Peace is
Yeah, he
dropped.
just dropped out.
Peace
Yeah.
is dropped.
It's live. See, this is live. It's
All
fun.
right, well, actually, yeah, let's go to that song.
I
though.
got a song over
Do you
here.
really have a
I
song?
really do. I have
All right,
one.
prove it.
Okay.
Prove it.
You're listening to Time for the Show. We'll be right back.
Free Think Radio.
I don't care about your karma. I don't care about what's happening. No wait, I know when I'm dead. I will know when I'm dead. I'll be 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 know when I'm dead.
Oh, not
No.
time for the show.
Uh-oh.
Now here. That's right. It's time for the show. We're back. That was 20th Century Man.
By Reverend Bees
Bees.
himself.
That's right.
He did it all by himself. He's a good
Bravo.
boy.
Bravo.
I love him. Love my boy.
He actually did such a good job that we let him go from the show early tonight. No, I don't know what happened. Peace dropped out. And so now it is just Dr. Fox and I
What?
delivering to you
It's
time
the
for
show.
the show
Come on.
Free Think Radio.
Now, who am I going to bounce all my mean-spirited jargon off of?
Well, I don't know. If only we had a Discord chat room full of eager radio cadets.
All right.
God.
You know, so yeah,
when you become an
come
avid
on-
listener
come on in.
of Time for the Show, you get access to this Discord where Reverend Couchloth and Guru Drew and Dr. the Fuck Legume, they're all in there. Cosmac, I mean, hell, they're in the live chat. This is a live show. They're talking shit, and I think they're hungry. I mean, should we let them in?
I guess so.
Should we let them in? All right.
So yeah, just pop in the Hypercom if you want to come on the show, and we'll bring you in and out throughout. I remember we do play those songs and stuff, so I mute the channel every once in a while. I like the old Negative Land idea. Don't
Hey,
say
Doc
hello. Is
Yeah,
that
don't,
him?
Don't say hello, Dr. Cosmac, per Negative Land. Oh, he's in there.
He muted it.
Reverend
He's just
Cashloff
creeping.
and Legume in
He's
there.
creeping. But they'll peek in if they want to. I think we got it.
Man, how are we gonna do the Is It a Band game if we don't have bees? I think we're gonna have to recruit Aster 6 to look up the band names so that Dr. Fox and I, Fidjuli, can compete against each other. What do you say, Dr. Fox?
One-on-one
What are
doesn't
you,
sound
some kind of a P word?
The way
Don't be a P word. I'll take you.
that's mean. Why is it always so mean?
Reverend
Don't say
Cashloff.
the P word.
Cashloff
Peas
has just
or
noted
Pepsi?
in the chat that we're going to the Hypercom early. and
Yeah,
he's taking
good
it as
work,
a bad
idiots.
sign.
You guys got
Reverend
this
Couchloff,
showdown. We're
I'll-
the idiots,
I'll tell
not
you what,
you.
Couchloff, if you have a grievance that you would like to address to Time for the Show, live on Time for the Show, well then you step your butt into the Hypercom, and I will drag you in to the Time for the Show server.
Well, you got those. Well, I hear a mild clearing of throats, but I never know if that's just But that sounded like Dr. Cosmac clearing his throat.
Well, I can't.
That's
do,
good radio.
I can't
Is
do this
guessing who's
week's-
clearing their throat on the radio?
Is that going to be the
Who's
new
Dr.
name?
Cosmic?
Oh, he's just some goofy loser.
Oh yeah.
But he's my favorite goofy loser. He gives the time for the show, and he doesn't even ask for goofy stuff in the mail. But I've got goofy stuff in the mail that I've got one of those. I think the last Muhammad I'm sending off to Dr. Cosmac.
Yeah, in the interest of full disclosure, Dr. Cosmac is our highest contributor, and yet he specifically specifies to specially be not specified.
No, I felt
In the
bad because we
Discord.
had mail
He
come
says,
back.
"Do not mention me, sir. I give ye this gold, and I shall remain nameless." And yet, we bring him on the show and name the fuck out of him.
I do it for the kids.
The kids
I do it
deserve
for-
it.
They love
I
you.
do it for the children.
The kids love you, Cosmac.
We gotta put those new soundproofing panels up. I was looking at the picture of us screaming.
Are the
at each
kids
other.
getting a little loud, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, we're just gonna kind of duct tape them behind.
He says you can't hear anything.
Who?
Oh, peas. He's scraping his way back up Radio Mountain because he's trying to get back on the show. And he just messaged me going, what? And
Dragging himself
I
up
don't
by
know.
tooth
I don't
and
know what his
fingernail.
problem is. Like, we do this every week. You get in the Discord room. Yeah, by the way, everybody, we broadcast this out of Discord on Freethink Radio. And the
Well,
same room
yeah, well, we
every
use it
week.
while we
Bees can't
broadcast.
find his way back in the room, and he's cussing. He's incorrectly spelling cuss words in the Discord as I speak. So you know he's mad. And it's Peas and Guru Drew arguing. This is, you know what?
You're missing out, and you
I
can
never
you
thought
can
I'd
see it
say it
live.
How about
6
now?
millionth
You can-
time.
oh,
but,
hey,
Oh,
buddy.
there's peas.
Man, I'm
What-
having
Wow.
technical
What
difficulties.
a handsome voice. It's
I-
okay,
Hello,
Peas.
handsome peas.
It's only the
Cosmac
best
of
computer
Cosmac's
you've ever
Commandos.
bought.
What did I miss?
Well, we played 20th Century Man, and then
Nice.
you kind of disappeared, and we opened up the lines.
It's okay. We
So
stopped
Dr.
recording.
Cosmac has joined us.
We went off the air. We stopped recording. Nobody's heard
did.
anything yet. We're going to go back on the air in about 10 seconds. And when we do, I'm going to need you Peas, to bring in Dr. Cosmac, okay? In 3, 2, 1.
Warning, alert, alert, new guest in the Hypercube Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Cosme from
Hello.
Cosme.
Yeah. It's the world's
DJ
greatest
Beast, everybody.
computer.
I love it. You know what? I envy the listeners of this show because
I do too.
Me too.
They
Yeah.
get all of the fun.
I really
but-
do. I really do because I'm the one sitting here doing it, but I don't want to be the one doing it. I want to be the one listening to it. I mean, like.
Well, you get to listen to it later.
Oh yeah, I get to listen to it later about.
It is recording. I made sure it's recording.
I have
We
to
did a sound check today.
Edit the podcast version.
We were
together
good
later.
boys.
But
We actually got our
We
our
did
shtick
the
together.
fuck out of a sound check, and I really should stop cussing without noting the time that I cuss. But I'm gonna.
Yeah, we have to go back and beep out our boo-boos.
Well, you just flip them all around so that you're saying cuff.
Yeah, well, you just do that. Oh yeah, you just.
All you
go
have
to
to
the
do,
moon.
hey, if you want to
You
do
just go
if
to
you
the
want to do a
moon,
radio
Dr.
show,
Cosmac.
all you
Yeah,
have
you just
to do
invent the
is
steamboat.
do a
you know, you
radio
just
show.
Yeah.
build
If
that
you want to
cotton
do a
gin.
podcast, all you have to do is do a podcast. That's
You
all you. That's it.
You just
That's
successfully
all you have to do.
No, but
reproduced
I
with a
have.
horse.
Is Peas still there? Is
I'm
Peas still on the line? Yeah, Peas. I have a bone to pick with you, man.
Uh-oh, it's the Bone to Pick segment, everybody. Doc Cosmac has a bone to pick with Reverend Peace.
I knew it would catch on.
Oh,
Well, regarding your earlier
Slow down.
comments about the flat tire, really, if you're on a major highway, you should really keep going, even if you have a flat tire, until you can get onto a less trafficked road. Just clarifying that. So your original impulse was good to keep driving, but then you decided to keep driving even further, which was kind of what screwed you up there.
I think
I'm
I
so
might
glad
have
that our
already
show
been
strives to be
screwed.
OSHA
You know, the
compliant
guys are
and-
upset that we already sent 12 minutes, 12 live radio minutes on.
How do you know that, Peas? Peas would
Your
know.
question on, and it is time
all right,
for the
Peace,
show.
you
Yeah,
broke
I-
the 3-second rule. I'm sorry. We're gonna count that against you.
Beep,
And,
beep, beep.
What's the 3-second?
The 3-second rule. What,
Yeah,
did,
come
did
on.
You
Did
forget
you not
you
even-
are actually doing a live fake radio show that's being broadcast on Canadian internet?
We're on a 3-second pre-delay, so they hear everything we say 3 seconds before we say it.
Yeah, but what's
Yeah.
the exchange rate from
We have to go through
American
Canada
seconds
because
to
none of it is
Canadian
funny.
Seconds? Like Canadian
I think it's a-
time to American time. There's an exchange
It's
rate
like about
there.
buck 30, buck 40. I don't know.
Did you guys
Per
know that every
punchline.
Canadian thought is worth 4 American thoughts?
Now,
So-
when you say thoughts,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
what
Is that an
exactly
acronym?
is
Like
that an
if you-
acronym, Peas? Yeah.
Yeah, like the you know, it's kind of like indicating someone's thinking, but their individual thoughts of the thinking process.
Oh, like ideas. Okay.
So, well, not just ideas. Thoughts can be anything like that girl has a nice butt, or
well,
we should
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
that's where I was.
But
That's
here's
what
the
I was
thing.
thinking too, Peas. I mean,
Here's the thing
I-
about Canada. Recently, it was reported on the fake news that Canada had a mass shooting. But I happen to know for a fact that Canada has extensive gun laws that would prohibit anyone from shooting anybody. So obviously, this is a great example of how the news media spins things and takes things
Peas,
that
we're the
obviously
news
Yeah,
media.
and you would know because you're part of it.
well, because I have 4 thoughts for every single Canadian.
This show is news, right? This is a news program.
It is. It is.
In
It's
some
news.
sense.
informational.
It's
At times.
clitoral
It's a
fake-
periodical, informational radio program.
So what kind of spin are you trying to put on everything, Peas?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't like to be a spin doctor, and I just do.
You know,
He just wants
Doctor
to be
thing?
a spin
Oh,
doctor.
That's true.
I just keep thinking of a billiard ball, just spinning in place. You know, not hitting anything else. You know, just knocked with the stick enough.
Yeah, it's a good meditation focus on the billiard ball.
Yeah, on focus on bad English. And then you think about peas, and that fits together as well.
That sounds hurtful.
It sounds hurtful, but it's not. It's actually
Okay.
a deep-rooted
It
compliment.
sounds
It's
hurtful,
not
but it
hurtful.
tastes
And I love you.
delicious.
Because you need to keep it in perspective. All of you. That's right. I'm talking to all of y'alls.
Don't point that at me.
I'm pointing it.
Put it down.
No.
Put it
no,
down.
That's my constitutional right.
Ugh.
You can
I
park
have a
wherever you want.
I'm gonna put my
well-regulated
finger in the end of it.
That is a
park
well-regulated
wherever he
finger,
wants.
and I
That's
have
his
the
right.
right to bare my arm
Your skin.
at you.
It's so amazing.
Because,
smooth.
you know, there's people, you think you have problems. There's people, we've lost a Hypercube hero
Not anymore.
this week.
He did, yo.
We lost a Hypercube hero this week. The
Who?
the great Bob Dapper was lost.
What happened to him?
Well, he was disappeared by the United S government. Bob, you don't think you've heard from Bob in a while, Bob Dapper, have you?
Yeah, but he said he was going to go away and do top secret government stuff.
Oh, you think he's the one that said
Yeah.
that? Oh, why?
Maybe,
Why?
yeah.
Because somebody typed some words on his account and it was like, I'm gonna burn on
Yeah, pretty much.
Thought that's what I was gonna do.
But you need to remember, it's not about thinking about that he's not here. It's about thinking about when he was here. All those funny
He was
pictures.
okay.
Remember?
He was okay.
Remember when he posted that picture of a dude's cock inside of a hot dog bun?
I sometimes listen.
It was funny!
I love him. I love him too, but I think sometimes the stories seem kind of hard to believe.
Well,
I'm just saying.
for
I'm
those of you who don't know,
Just saying.
Bob Dapper, he's still with us. He's okay, except for
His life is like
he got like a job that he like apparently he can't be associated with types like us. He
that makes sense.
we're happy for Bob Dapper because
I got
he-
some interesting info about that, but I don't
Well,
know how much of it I want to disclose.
Without getting into it too much, he got a job where we came into question. His association with something called Hypercube and all the bullshit that we do might have been like something that like might have thrown up a red flag. But everything's cool. No, everything's
so
cool.
proud
Well, I
of
think it just
myself.
means we need to go
Aren't
through
you
the
guys proud of
Discord and
yourself?
flush out all the white names. So if you don't want to be a white name, here's how you fix that. Head over to patreon.com/hypercube and donate at least $1 a month, and you can spare the wrath of the purge.
I've never been so proud.
$1,
to think that some
$1 a month
Government agency
brings you time for the
actually
show
told
4
somebody
times
this
a
would be
month.
problem.
And special video content. We've got it. It's coming out now. Now
See,
the
Finn Julie
Patreon
get
goal.
punched in the nose.
Oh, we got more than that. We got Fid Julie eating out of the trash.
That's true.
See,
We have
Fid
Fid
Julie
We have
pee
Fid
in
Julie
public.
getting.
Literally
I have.
eat out of the
I have a
trash.
video of Fid Julie getting kicked in the groin by a man whose heart was on the outside of his rib cage.
That isn't.
That is 100%
fact.
true. This
Yes.
is real.
In
I've been sitting on this for a
It's
while.
true.
See Fid Julie tell people not to park in that handicap space.
He actually, well, the story behind the man with the heart on the outside of the body who kicked me in the nuts was he was holding a sign that said, if you give me $5, you can kick me in the nuts. And we were walking the streets of Orlando, Florida, sometime in the early AM of a weekend, and we came across this individual holding this sign that said, pay me $5, kick me in the nuts, who also, once again, happened to have his heart on the outside of his body. And I said to him, you know what, fuck that, I'm not gonna give you $5, but I'll tell you what, you can kick me in the nuts as long as you let Dr. Fox record it. And he did. And it happened. And it...
Did it hurt?
Well...
He seemed to go down.
Well, have you
for
ever
a guy
been...
for a guy on a crutch, he sure could kick.
Yeah, he used the leverage of that crutch to its maximum potential. And that video that I am talking about right now will be available to
I hope so.
Patreon
I can hardly wait.
subscribers. How much do they have to give on Patreon to see that video?
$1 million.
Dr. Fox?
I think that we will gave access. We will totally gave access.
It's not gave if they pay for it.
To anybody that gives at least $1 per month to the Hypercube Patreon, because it's a goal that we met. $50. That was our deal.
Giving it away,
So
artist
if you
folks.
want,
Don't
if
give
you,
away
if you
stuff.
want the access, it's only $1. But we do have some more special things going out very soon to our premium members at the potassium level. I got it's so sad and frustrating because it took me forever to get that thing out to Reverend Apostasy Exponord. Potassium level, and it came back. So Fid has got your address, and we're going to send it back out. And I'm probably just going to put it in an envelope with some more stuff.
And we have something else going out to. Wait, who? Scalpod?
Story was better.
Scalpod was getting something. Couchsloth was getting something. Guru Drew was getting something.
Okay, I'll
I got
tell
mail
you
from
what.
him.
Yeah, what if you want to send mail to Time for the Show? Where can you do that?
Oh, that's
Don't
super
send-
easy.
do-
All you have to
now
do
listen, here's this is
is
important.
grab
No.
an envelope and write Hypercube, P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793. And,
Gee, I think I'll do that right now.
Please
Don't you think it would have been funnier
Do
if
the
I said
fuck
don't
out
send
of
it?
it.
Don't you think it would have been funnier if I
Because
said
it's
my
a real address
first
that
and
we
don't
were able
do
to
that?
get, and you can
And
put
then you
stuff
said
in
your
the mail,
address.
and it'll come to me.
I-
To a legal mailbox address. Hypercube, P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida
We're like, we have a P.O. box.
32793.
I feel like you're
it's a real
insinuating
box.
that my address is not real.
But
I feel like you're
because
insinuating
the
that
address
I'm like
that
some
we
homo.
have,
Fuck your address.
that
You know what?
you can send everything that you have and have ever wanted to send to Time for the Show. Send that and more to Hypercube, P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793.
Those
It's a
of
real
you
address.
who have listened to
It's
the
a
show
real address.
for a long time now will note that Reverend Pease has given his actual physical residential
No,
address
not doing it.
out on the Pease. Yeah, Pease has given his residential address out on the last like 20 shows.
And then sometimes some of our guests have given it
And
out.
now that we're giving out a P.O. box, he's like compensating. He feels like emasculated
Yeah,
by
a little
our
bit.
super official P.O.
I have it, but
I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, or whatever that means. Into a crisis times when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, hey, yeah.
till it's back on. Is it back on?
I'm not. Save it
We're
for the
back
show.
Are we clitorally live?
We're
No.
back.
Well, damn, I
hear
guess then I'm obligated to say that this is time for the show, and we're broadcasting on Free Think Radio in association with Hypercube Laboratories from Orlando, Florida, the future capital of the former Spanish Empire, and I'm Fit Julie, and that's Dr. Fox, and Hype, and Cosmac is here. And everything's fine, everybody. No,
It's all
don't
cool.
worry
It's
about
all
that.
cool.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. Just relax. Just dude, chill out. Chill out, man. Have a beer. Dude, what you need to do
Why?
is just chill out and not worry about the fact that the stream just dropped, man. Just be cool.
For no reason.
Be cool, dude. Peace. Will you babysit this guy?
Well, dude, I want to hear what my bone to pick was. Cosmac had a bone to pick, and then
Well, I told you what it was already, Peas.
oh, damn it, my man.
It was a bone to pick with your
Who
with
knows
your
who
little
went on the show
PSA there
that?
about
Send me those
pulling over
band
to
names.
stop on the side of a busy highway. You
All right,
really
well,
shouldn't do that.
Let's move on.
Let's do that.
All right. Well, you want to do the viewer mails? Let's go to
okay,
viewer
He said
mail.
he had a viewer mail.
I have.
Yeah,
one.
Peas, let's hear that
We
mail.
have a viewer mail.
I have one
Okay,
too.
so this is
Do we have a
to
viewer mail
Reverend.
song?
Yeah. Time for the viewer mail.
Da-la-la-la-da.
Time
for the
for
viewer
the
mail.
viewer mail.
All right.
Should I
God,
read
that
that?
sucks. I feel so. I feel like I just got stabbed. All right, let's do the viewer mail. All right, Peas, you have one. I have one too.
Okay,
Do yours
to
first.
Reverend Peace, 6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89108. I didn't want a hard time to be all I'd ever given you. Praise, open quote, Bob, close, open quote, close quote.
Close, open, quote.
Exclamation point,
This is close, open, quote, funny.
Scalapod. And then on the back of the postcard, he's got this guy, Mark G. Wallace, and he says, who the heck is this schmuck? And I think it's the schmuck that wrote the postcard on the front that says Portland, whether you turn it upside down or right ways up. So I want to thank, even though there's no question involved, and we were kind of specific, Scalapod, that if you send in your mail, you should ask a question. Nonetheless, you did send some mail to 6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89108, care of Peas, the Reverend. And I
Make sure to
appreciate it.
breathe in
Thank
the
you so
powder.
much. You'll be getting a Christmas card from me this year, as does everyone who sends something to Peas.
Oh!
All right, well, you said it on the radio.
I'm-
now
yeah.
you are clitorally legally
obligated.
to provide. Way
You don't
We're
get that
legally
kind of-
obligated to
You don't
provide
get that
this
kind
show.
of return response.
We
from
have a
just
contractual
PO box.
obligation to be here. We are bound in chains every week at 10 p.m. We are here because, tonight I wasn't feeling that great, and I was like, man, Fid Chuli, what do you want to do about that show? And he busted out the notes. I got the show right here. And
He's
I'm
gonna carry the
like,
show.
yeah, we have to do it.
Well, I'm trying to get to it, but goddamn, speaking of being bound and chained,
Wait,
it's 10:52 p.m. We
it's
still have
almost
to
time
go
for the
to a
interstitial.
break before the hour. So while we're still on the viewer mail segment, I have a viewer mail.
Do tell.
Well, this
Did it
one,
come to the PO box?
well, this one comes from. Hold on, let me break out my glasses.
Yeah. You need them
Oh,
glasses?
this one comes
There's
from.
no lenses in
It
those.
says Rev Peas from Dry Jack, Nevada.
It doesn't.
Okay, and Rev Peas, whoever this male or female, I don't want to assume, from Dry Jack, Nevada says, women get toxic shock syndrome just by looking at me. Why does this happen, and how can I stop it? Well, Reverend Peas, do you want to take this one?
I do not.
No, I think you do.
It's stress to you.
I think you do.
It's contractually
It-
obligated.
it's from you, so I think you should answer it.
I feel like if the caller really wanted the attention the peas in response to their viewer mail, they would have gone through the proper channels for peas to receive the mail, which of course, as everyone knows, is to send mail to 6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Now he's getting greedy with it.
Now I'm
You
getting
guys are like gonna start like competing as to who can give their PO box out the most times during the show.
That would be a whole great show. That
but
would
here's-
be
Hypercube PO Box
dueling
4304,
PO
Winter
Yeah.
Park, Florida 32793. Hypercube PO Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793. Hypercube PO Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793.
Somebody stop him!
It's so here's what I like about this viewer mail right off the bat.
32793.
It's to me, and I like how I incorporated past episodes of the show, like Dry Jack. Everybody who knows peas knows that he's a lubeless guy when it comes to masturbation. He's been thinking about using lube, but he hasn't.
I actually
So
didn't know that.
is
So thanks for the information.
The
there.
only thing
like
worse than
super if
explaining
you-
the joke is explaining the callback to a previous joke. But that's why if I was gay, I would want Peas to be my lover.
I don't want people you're misinterpreting what I mean. I don't want the slow people, the slow listeners, to miss out on any of the comedy. And that was such comedic genius. It couldn't just sit there waiting like a Dennis Miller monologue for 3 days later to go, oh, that was funny. People need to know it's funny now.
Yeah, for only $35, you can attend the Reverend P's Comedy Masterclass, everybody. Sign up at timeforthewebsite.com. Go to www.timeforthewebsite.com and sign up for the Reverend P's Comedy Masterclass. All right, we're coming up to it's
Top of the
5
hour.
till 11. Yeah, so traditionally we
play the Kinks.
we play 20th Century Man by the Kinks at the top of the hour. But don't you worry. Actually, the second hour is going to be jam-packed because we didn't get to almost any of this shit.
Any of it. We didn't do any show at all yet.
We're going to talk about Dr. Fox and Fid Chuley's new favorite sport, Special Olympics soccer, and that's not a joke. Wait till you hear about this.
I feel like he gave it away. I would have left it.
Wait
Great
till
hero.
you hear
Favorite
about
sport.
no, but they haven't heard
What
about it
great
yet.
heroes.
So yeah, we're gonna do the blind eye segment. We're also gonna do the Is It a Band game for the third
Piece
week
of
in a
fun.
row, which is a lot of fun. And if it's not good radio, at least it's filler. And then at the very end of the show, Peas, as he always does,
No.
apologizes to
Not doing it
you,
this week.
the view. Oh, you're not going to apologize?
No.
Well, then you should at least apologize to yourself for apologizing, because you shouldn't have ever apologized.
Correct.
But
Not
you
even
did.
one time.
But in the past, you did apologize. So
You know what? I'm gonna end my show this week with telling the story about how I failed to make yogurt.
Okay, well, if it's as good as the time that you got a flat tire on the road and then it effed up your differential, then
Seems stupid.
Then it's gonna be great. Dr. Fox, are we queued up?
I got a song.
All right.
I got one. I got it.
All right, stand by for hour 2 of Time at the Show on Free Think Radio.
It's time for the show.
It's 20th Century Man by
.com.
thekinks.com.
Time for the Show is a magical experience brought to you by the chaps at Hypercube Labs. You can reach out to them at timefortheemail@gmail.com, on the twit feed at timeforthetweet, on the Book of Face at facebook.com/timefortheshow. And you can access the podcast, live chat, Patreon, and all past episodes at timeforthewebsite.com. It's a magical experience brought to you by your best friends in the worst industry ever. And we're back. It's time for the show. I'm Dr. Fox. It's Fid, Shuley, Reverend Peas. Dr. Cosmac showed up. And, hooray. Hooray. This is great. It's so exciting to have you here. Shout-outs weekly to our Patreon subscribers. Reverend Caller 23, Apostasy X, the Nord, Drew, Reverend Count Slog, Reverend Scalpot, Ace from the Windmills, Cat Feather, Reverend 80, and that other guy. Hi, how's everybody doing?
Hi, Dr. Fox. I'm Fit Chuli. Would you put your hand into my hand while you look at me in the eye and then vigorously agitate my hand with your hand while I reciprocate with a equal agitation upon your hand that's in my hand? Would you do that, pal? That way we know everything's cool. Because this is time for the show. This is the show where we appreciate mindless customs more than any other show.
Mindless. That's mine. I pound on the desk, and I shake.
With your
everything.
forehead?
That's mine. Usually, hold on.
That would be.
Oh, that was a good one.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, you're Dr. Fox, right?
Sometimes.
And then over there is Reverend Peas,
all
right?
the time.
Where's Peas?
I'm being very quiet.
But handsome.
Peas, did I make you mad in the first hour?
Nope. I had a wonderful first show, but then I thought maybe I was monopolizing the time with stories.
Oh. Okay, well, for those, now that it's the second hour,
okay,
I guess I can
Can't
refresh,
talk about it, dude.
I can refresh
Yeah.
the show.
Last hour didn't happen. What's
Didn't
up on
even
the next?
happen. Now
Well,
we
it
can't
didn't
even
happen,
address it.
But since we are in a new hour, I should say that this
Brandon.
is time for the show, and we're broadcasting live on Freethink Radio. And
.com.
this is the show where every week we come up with the next week's show. And so anything that happened the first hour, we've already taken into account, and
We're eating up this hour with that.
you were eating up this hour
Chewing
with
it up.
the first hour. Yeah.
Did you do
So-
your viewer mails yet?
We did the viewer
They
mails.
did.
And,
They were
and
so
thank you to those of you that sent your viewer mails to timefortheemail@gmail.com. Timefortheemail@gmail.com is the email for Time for the Show, which is what you're
And I would
listening
like to welcome our affiliate in Dry Jerk, Nevada.
Me too.
New
glad
station on
we
the
Let's
came to
not
that
name
conclusion.
them, but let's just welcome them to the show. But let's not name
We
them.
have arrived.
Yeah. we
We
have
are
a
JRK.
news.
You never sent me the list of band names.
Oh fuck.
I hit you up for those earlier.
What Dr.
I am
Fox,
undefeated.
What Dr. Fox is talking about is a game that we just started 3 shows ago that's called Is It a Band? This is the show where we make up band names off the top of our heads based on nothing. And then we bet on whether or not there are already an actually existing band. And it turns out to be a game, and it turns out to be fun, and you're going to like it whether you like it or not.
Or else.
If it seems like the rules are different this week, you're not losing your mind. The rules have changed every single week that we played this game.
No,
and
they
regardless
haven't.
of how Fid tries to change the rules, Peas remains undefeated.
You know what? No, I'll
So-
give you that. I'll give you that. You're undefeated, but the rules haven't changed. You
The
just vote.
rules have
Is it a
changed.
band
Like
or not?
tonight-
I mean, come on.
you just was true and one name wasn't. Now we're doing all 7 of these names could not be bands, or all 7 of them could be banned.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Just to make it fair, instead of directly messaging these 7 band names that I made up today directly to Dr. Fox, I'm going to post them in the Discord chat room. That way there is going to be objective verification, okay?
Well, thank God the
fair?
Patreon. Well, it sounds fair.
It's getting
it
way
sounds
too
fair
complicated. I had to alter it last week.
There it is.
Yeah.
Fidjuli at 11:08 p.m. Eastern Time. I just
those
posted
look
the
like some
7
good ones.
band names to the chatter cube in the Hypercube comsat of our Discord.
I feel like
And,
if you come up with the names,
all
you
of the
shouldn't be allowed to
viewers
play.
can look them up if they want to objectively verify if we're
He
playing
did
the
last
game
week,
fairly.
and you still won.
I know. That's
you
because
still
the
won.
rules do not matter.
The winning shouldn't matter, Peas. It's not a competition.
Reverend
This is
Scalpod.
just friendly chatter.
Reverend Scalpod, I trust him. He is vouching for the veracity of the list. He's in the Discord chat right now. And so actually, instead of Dr. Fox, instead of you looking it up, why don't we get one of the Scalpod slaves? I mean the volunteers.
Because I've already started looking them up.
The Scalpod
Okay.
people.
All right. You look it up, Dr. Fox. And those of you that are listening live on Freethink Radio and to the podcast version, feel free to play along at home, but just send us money after you do. Otherwise, that's stealing. Okay? Because this is our game. Reverend Peas, are you ready to take me on?
Dude, I'm ready. Let's bring it.
Okay.
I'm the champion.
Dr. Fox, how far through the list are you? Because we might have to fill some time to give Dr. Fox some time to get through it.
Well, for the first one,
No,
see-
I want you to get all of them ready.
here's what I did last week, and that's why I was trying to get them earlier. But you had given me some band names, and then I looked up actual bands with terrible names.
No, that's cheating. The whole point of the game is like you make up a band name.
Yeah, but-
and then it
but
actually
because you-
happens to exist.
But I was throwing those in out for that competitive edge.
No,
I enjoyed
I
it.
totally disagree
Well,
with the
the rules don't
spirit-
change every week.
The spirit of
So
what
for
you
the-
have introduced, I think, violates the joke that is the foundation of this.
I
game.
made it into a
undefeated
game.
champion
That's
of
all
this
I
game.
did. So
Well-
the first one is all right. Well, there. I've only looked up the first one. The only
Well,
that's,
okay, well then we'll just go to Blind Eyes then.
No,
We'll do
no, no.
Blind Eyes.
All right, no.
No, look them up, man. I gave you 7. This was
Okay.
gonna be all right. Look up the first 5.
Do you want me to look up? You want me to look them up now and have the answer?
And well, I'll wait here. Why can't we just play the first couple while he does it? dude?
Exactly. What's the first one?
All right,
Do you
fine.
I have the first
radio?
one there. We can host this. We
the
can
first-
make a. We can make a.
The first. Well, Dr. Fox, you're the host. Bees and I are playing against each other, so you.
Correct.
You
I'm gonna-
tell once again, right before we start. These are band names that I made up off the top of my head based on nothing, and then Peas and I are gonna bet against each other. Is it a band? Dr. Fox is looking them up to verify. The Discord army. Oh, Scalpod is saying he's looked them all up. Why don't we just go with Scalpod says?
Okay,
'Cause
that's fine
he
by
said
me.
he's already got them. Thank you, Scalpod, who is talking to us through
yeah,
the
it's gonna
chat.
be on a 3-minute
Julie
delay.
is just
On-
pulling
on
out
a-
any
yeah, on a
stop he
20-second
can to
delay.
win this week.
All right, are you
Scalpod,
gonna? So
if-
you
Ringer
talk,
judge.
talk to him in
He's
Discord.
got a ringer
then.
judge.
Hold on a
You
second.
chat
All
with
right,
him.
let's go. Bring it on.
Scalpod, if you would please direct message Dr. Fox the answers.
No, no.
That's a level
You
of
can just do it in the
complexity.
chat room. It's fine. I'll play along
No,
too.
but it's a 20-second delay. Not unlike what we're doing right now, which is
Oh
a
my
20-second
God. Okay,
delay.
I'm starting it out. I'm starting
talk-
out. 'cause
just
I'm
talk-
just-
All right, the
This is-
first band is Liquid Tooth. Liquid Tooth.
And I looked that one up, so I'm not playing this one.
All right, Fox isn't playing. I'm saying yes, it's a band. Reverend Peas.
Absolutely not a band.
Okay.
I like it. Liquid Tooth sounds like a band name.
Is it a band? You said you looked it up.
Yeah, it's not though.
Fuck.
I thought I was gonna get one.
It's gotta be
I
a
really
band.
thought that one was gonna be one, like starting off the list with a good one.
1-0 the P.
That's right. The score is 1-0 Ps.
All right, so now
All right.
what's the second one? And then
second
tell
band
let
name.
Scalpod know that we're guessing on it.
All right, Scalpod, you are the umpire here, and he's in the chat. He's listening to us
Not
live
a band.
on a 20-second delay. The second band name is Smear the Hear, spelled
Smear.
Hear, as is audio. Smear the Hear. Dr. Fox. Wait, Peas, you have to vote first since you're in the lead.
Yeah.
I'll vote first. First of all, that doesn't even make sense. That's definitely not a
Well,
band.
no, it's like Smear the Queer, but it's Smear the Hear because you're listening
It's not a band
to
name,
it.
Fid. Fid, it's not a band name. If you want to vote for it as a band name, feel free. I'm
Okay,
telling
you're
you,
saying no. You know
definitely
what?
not a band name.
I don't think it's a band name, but I'm gonna vote yes anyway because I thought of it and I thought that would be a really cool
It is
band
the
name.
worst band name ever.
Dude, it,
Definitely not
well,
a
you
band
know,
name.
Smear the Queer. It's Smear the Hear. You listen to it. Smear the Hear. All right, fine.
no,
Fuck it. I'm voting yes. P says no.
Stupid.
I says yes. Dr. Fox, what do you say?
It's not a band.
Okay.
I agree with
That'll
that.
be Fid 0, the P's 2.
All right. What's the answer?
One for
Scalpod?
Dr. Fox.
Oh, gee. This is between Fid and
Oh, I get to play.
You know this game.
You're playing, but bear in mind, Fid not.
Oh, now
playing.
he's scared.
Yeah.
I
Now
like the fact that
now it's
Scalpod
one
is
against
listening
one against
to
one.
us
I wanna
on a
win.
20-second delay. Scalpod says not a band. Not a band.
Not a band.
So the score is P's 2, Fox 1, Fid 0. Smear the Fid,
Undefeated.
says Scalpod. All right, moving on. That's right. It's still anybody's game, ladies and gentlemen. The next hypothetical band name is Satan's Backwash. Satan's Backwash. Peas, you are in the lead, and after you,
So-
Dr. Fox will vote.
So this is tricky. My initial instinct is to say, yeah, that's a band name. But I think that there are so many Satan bands that this is going to be something that's overlooked. I'm going to take, this is going to be P.A. Hey, that's not a band name.
It's hard.
P says no.
It's
Dr.
a hard
Fox.
one. Yeah, there's a lot of band names with Satan. in the-
Satan's
Satan's
Backwash.
Backwash. Ugh. That sounds like I've heard. It's like I heard it last night.
It should be, but I don't think it is.
No, it's like it is. No, I'm gonna say it is. Satan's Backwash has to be a band, like a thrash metal band or something.
All right, Fid, what do you say, Fid?
Well, I'll tell you what I say. I say that I'm open to the possibility that Satan's Backwash will not be found as a band, but I guarantee you at some point, like in the 70s or 80s, it was. But if you look it up on the internet, you won't find them these days. I'm saying, yes, it was definitely a band name at some point.
Is it a band name for the purposes of the show?
Yeah, like, will the judges find it? I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, you're saying it's a band name.
Yes.
And Fox is saying it's a band name.
Fox says yes.
And
Peas
Peas
yes.
is stealing
All right.
Fid's line
Now
by
we're
saying
in the interstitial
it should be a
period,
band
while
name, but it's
Scalpod,
not.
who listens on a 20-second delay, gives us the answer. It's live
I'm-
radio. It's a
I
beautiful
agree with
thing.
you guys that
It's
it
a
should
beautiful
be a
thing.
band name, but I'm saying it's not a band name.
All right, we're waiting for the answer. Scalpod's gonna post it in the chat.
Well, this is
Any
great
minute
radio.
now.
This is a great show.
Any second now. I hope he's still
This is
listening.
actually
But
pretty
it,
good.
It,
I
it,
like
it
it.
still
builds
listening.
the tension. It gives us a chance to talk shit and whatever.
Why can't
Oh, wait,
Fox just look
Scalpod
it
is
up?
typing.
Da, da, da,
I
da,
see.
da.
I see the dots.
Yep, and then it's stuff.
I see the dots.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Uh-oh.
Not a
Not a
band.
band.
Oh, that would mean Peas has 3 Fox has 1 and Fid has 0.
All right.
This is the funniest thing I think I've ever
3
done.
to 1 to 0.
This is
Peace,
great.
Fox, Fid. The next theoretical band name is Maplethorpe. Wait, I didn't pronounce that correctly. It's one word. Maplethorpe.
Like the photographer?
Yeah, Mike, Alpha, Papa, Lima, Echo, Tango, Hotel, Oscar, Romeo, Papa, Echo. Maplethorpe.
That's a band.
One word.
Would you accept the Maplethorpes?
No.
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 It's
Maplethorpe.
Maplethorpe. Capital M.
I'll say that's a band.
Well, wait, you get Peas.
Oh
has
no,
to,
sorry, I'm stepping all over Peas.
All right. So here's the thing.
What's new?
If you name a band after somebody, it should be somebody's name. And I don't think that anybody in a band.
Yeah, if you
even
name
though,
it like
like
it should be
Maplethorpe,
after
that's
their
somebody.
name.
That's a famous artist name. You know, like there's the Danny Warhols, but it's not. It's like a play on it. No, this is not a band. That would be a stupid band name. Not a band.
All right, P says no. Wait, do we have the score? Who has the score?
Yes, we do.
It's
It's
Peas?
3 P's, 1 Fox, 0 Fid.
Okay, and P says no. Dr. Fox, Maplethorpe.
It's gotta be a band.
Okay. You know, this is kind of unfair to me because I'm the one that made these names up. So they all sound like band names to me.
To begin with, because
Well-
that's why you wrote them
Well,
down.
I'm the one that thought of them. So, like, it's gotta be. So,
Maybe that's why you lose every week.
well, I don't know how to work against my bias, so I'm just gonna go with my left nut and say yes, Maplethorpe is a band. Reverend Scalpod, let us know in 20
seconds from now,
seconds
let us
when you
know.
hear us after the 20
Scalpod is
second
typing.
delay. Oh yeah, he's on it, man.
He's
I
typing,
love
dude.
this
He's typing
guy.
right
This
now.
guy.
Yeah, Hazel of the Minwell, some shitty indie band. I know that's exactly what it would
That's
be.
fine. It still counts.
It's-
It still counts. If it's a shitty.
Oh yeah!
Oh,
Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
I want to see
Yeah!
the link. I want to see a link.
Yeah, he
because
posted
It's posted.
right
The
there.
link is posted in ChatterCube.
Yeah!
I don't see any
The
link. or
link
anything.
Yeah.
is posted in ChatterCube piece. It is a shitty indie band. Maplethorpe.bandcamp.com.
Woo!
Fuck yeah! Oh! Thank you.
That was good.
Praise
All right.
Bob.
All right,
Alright,
so
what's the score?
it's 3 P's, 2 Fox.
One,
One
fid.
fid.
3 P 3 2 1.
Mm-hmm.
Peas Fox Fid.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Now that we're past the halfway point, this is where it's still anybody's game, but it's getting tight, ladies and gentlemen. The next theoretical band name is Scooby Don't.
That is definitely a band. Absolutely
Scooby
100.
Don't. Peas says Scooby Don't is a band name. Dr. Fox.
No way that's not a band name.
And keep in
Does
mind,
it-
I just made these up today when I was sitting on the couch, so
That's hard.
I'm
Does
not,
it have D-O-N
You're very
apostrophe
excited. You got a
T?
point, right, Fid? You got a point this time, right?
Well, the whole point, that's why it's a game. The point
Yeah.
is, like, you can just make up a band name off the top of your head, and there's a decent chance it's a band. That's why we play the game.
I'm going to say no.
Ooh, Peas, yes. Fox, no. Fid. Ooh.
What are you gonna do, Fid?
I'm tempted to say here's what this is not my final answer, but what I'm tempted to say is that it's not a band name, but it should be.
It's a song.
Oh,
at least.
yeah, you already used that line.
I know
stole
it's
that
got to
from
be
you
at
all.
least a song.
It's definitely a band. No, the
Scooby
songs don't
Don't.
count. It's a band.
You know what? I'm gonna say like I'm just better than everybody,
Aster Six
and
says
nobody
it's a ska
thought
band.
about that before. Wait, did you just blow it? Did you spoiler?
No,
alert?
she's just guessing.
Oh, okay.
She-
okay.
You're just
imagines
guessing,
it would
dude.
be
Make
a-
your guess.
Oh, so this is like when I look to the audience on the
Yeah, on the
The-
7
On the rice.
7
The rice is
Pick
priced.
your band.
on Deal or No Deal.
All right, Scooby, don't. I would love to think it's a band, but I'm gonna make a strategic decision to say that it is not.
Totally.
Reverend Scalpod,
Really?
Judge Scalpod,
Here it comes.
let us know, is Scooby Don't
It's
a
gonna be a
band.
band.
And we'll just listen to the music bed until
It's the band.
It's live
And we're gonna
radio.
listen to Scooby Don't. We're
I
listening
have
to
to turn
Scooby
my
Don't in the
neck
background.
to see
A
the
craft
chat.
punk band. Yes.
What?
A craft punk band.
Oh, fuck! God damn it!
So that would be the official score would be 4,
Scooby
For
Don't
Pete.
is a band.
1 for Fid. And Argus, what'd you vote on that one? You said not a band,
I
right?
said not a band.
I said not.
So yeah, you got 2. It's
Fuck.
4, 2, 1.
That's bullshit, man.
Feeling confident.
All right, okay. Well, you know what?
Next.
I didn't
may
like
be-
it.
I
I
may
didn't
be-
like it. That's why I didn't want it to be a band name.
Well,
'Cause I
you
didn't
don't
like
vote
it.
on if you like it. or
I
not,
know,
man.
but
You
it was
gotta-
my bias. I'm admitting my bias.
Wow, you. Okay, white male.
All right, so what else we got?
All right, round 6. The theoretical band name is the Lake Trout.
The
Definitely because of
Lake
Beefheart.
Trout.
Because
The.
of Beefheart, that's a band. That's a band.
Oh, you're
I bet
saying
you it's a
because
Beefheart
of
cover
Beefheart,
band.
like. Oh, so did Kurt Vonnegut name one of his characters Kilgore Trout because of the Beefheart album?
We're not talking about that. We're
Or
playing
did
this game now.
Beefheart
When you
name
have a
Trout
literature
Mask
bit
replica
and you have a
after
book
Kilgore
game,
Trout?
maybe you can bring the book game
The
into that. I'm just telling
protagonist
you.
of Sirens of Titan, or no, the
Peas
the
official
Breakfast of
answer,
Champions.
final answer
What is it,
is that is
Peas?
that has to be a band.
P says the Lake Trout is a band. Dr. Fox. And I'm mathematically eliminated, by the way. But I'm still
Oh,
gonna,
you've been
I'm still
eliminated
gonna
like
play.
4 questions ago.
No, I'm
Thanks
still
for
gonna
playing.
play just because it's live radio and we need to kill
You're just
time.
gonna let him win, just walk all
we
over
need
you.
to kill time.
That's why he likes this part of the show, is because he wins.
the
My
Lake
favorite part
Trout.
of the show.
Is it a band per Reverend Scalpod? And do we even trust Reverend Scalpod, by the way?
I trust him
I think the
impeccably.
mob paid off Reverend Scalpod. I think he's bought and paid for. That's why
And
Peas
don't
is
forget,
winning.
I didn't play on the first round.
There's no way
Again.
Peas could possibly be
So
winning.
Peas,
He
you're
is
ahead of
winning
my mercy
again.
point. I could have lied and cheated, and I would have had a point.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll do a sudden death match after we get through the 7 between you and him, and I'll just make one up live on the radio. I haven't made it up
yeah,
yet.
there we go.
I don't know
There
what
we
it
go.
is yet.
I like that.
Okay, but for right
I
now,
know.
you need to answer the question:
All
is the Lake
The
Trout
Lake Trout,
a band?
the or the?
Oh, the with the accent aigu on the
Okay.
e.
Fox, man, you
Man,
gotta
I'm
go
trying to
with that.
think.
That's a band, dude. Come on.
Well, it sounds like but I don't
Peas,
know.
you
Break
can't
away
lead
from
the
Fid.
witness.
Don't just
Objection,
be like 1 point
objection,
away from
Scalpod.
Fid. Break
Peas
away
is leading the
from Fid.
witness.
Break away from Fid.
What was Peas' answer?
My answer was that's definitely a band.
It
dude. There's no
is
way that's not a
8,
band name.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Oh, Fox!
I'm gonna say no.
I tried to help you. I
and
want
even
people
though
to
I
take a note.
appreciate it. I don't
The
need it. I
8
don't want it.
26 to
What
help
do you got,
Argus
Fid?
Fox.
The
Even
Lake
though I'm
Trout.
mathematically eliminated, I'm going to say no. The Lake Trout is not a band. Judge Scalpod is the Lake Trout, an actual band.
Off the mark.
Wait, Scalpod says
Bull.
not a band with the. Absolutely a band with the. Oh, Lake
Counts as a win.
Trout is a band, but the Lake Trout is not a band. Oh, based in Baltimore. Well, shit. I guess I should have known that.
So,
Well, I said it wasn't. So
Well,
you know.
earlier,
the
I said,
drummer
would you
time.
accept
You're
the Maplethorpes? And you said no.
No. All right, round
Because that was a-
7.
That was a
No,
proper
so a
noun.
point for me.
That was a proper
A
noun.
point for me.
All right, so the
It's-
score
I got
is
a
4-3.
All right, you know what?
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
4
give
to
you
4,
because
isn't it?
it
Well,
keeps
aren't we
Fid
tied?
from-
Yeah,
4,
you're
3, 2,
tied.
I win.
It's 4 up, Peas and Fox. I'm mathematically eliminated, so I will be the I'll just officiate this one, and Scalpod will be the judge. The final theoretical band name is Einstein's Bagel. Einstein's Bagel. Because there is the popular bagel franchise known as what is it? Einstein's Bagel? Or wait, is there something about a bagel? Einstein Bagels. But it's not Einstein Bagels, it's Einstein's Bagel. Right? There's the possessive. Alright, how about this? Fuck Einstein's Bagel.
No, it's on the. You already said it.
No, I didn't already say it. Scalpod
Kid,
didn't hear it yet. We're on a 20-second
You
delay.
know what?
just
The
kinda-
rules don't change
How
every
about-
week.
All right, what was it? Einstein's Bagel?
Einstein.
What do you say?
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna
He's
say
the
for
winner.
legal reasons, no, there is no band called that.
Man, I think just because of legal reasons, there would be a band. Oh,
Okay,
man.
Scalpod, this is it. Oh God, I can't look. My balls have just like sucked back up into my abdomen.
Was that my final answer?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Final
It
answer,
is.
yeah,
We're on a 20-second delay. You can't
Yeah,
change it.
it's a band.
Scalpod. All right. What is it? Oh, he's making us feel the anticipation. There he is. He's
Typing.
typing. Not
Not
a band. Einstein's Bagel. Reverend Peas.
5.
God damn it.
2.
Reverend Peas, I'll tell you what.
Undefeated.
That was actually a pretty impressive performance. You took the lead early and you
Kept
held it through the entire game. And this is a new game.
I
so
let him win.
You're a natural, man.
I didn't
Wow.
cheat.
All right, I'll tell you what. Before we go out on the next song, which is going to be 20th Century Man by the Kinks, I would like to thank Scalpod, Judge Scalpod, for officiating this week's Is It a Band? And if you would like to submit your theoretical band names to be played live on Is It a Band, on time for the show, on Freethink Radio, then all you got to do is join the Discord. It's Discord
Also,
at
Fid.
Hypercube. What's the Discord, Bees? How do they? I was just.
here's the
gonna
thing
tell
too. If you don't have a name for your band, just ask Fid, because Fid could not come up with a real band's name if his life depended on it.
No, 3 of those
So-
were real band names.
So
Out of the 7. So I'm almost batting 100.
there was no.
Bees.
I think there's some leeway on the Trout thing, because one
No,
was
the
the Maplethorpes is a different band than Maplethorpe. The Trout Lake and Trout Lake, those are interchangeable. That's like saying Who and the Who. Those are interchangeable. So.
It's not interchangeable. One of them is articleized. That makes it concrete. The one that is
This
not
is why
article,
we need to sit
Peas,
down one show
Peas,
and officially write the
there's
rules
a
out, because
difference
this happens every week.
between an abstract and a concrete band name. If it's articleized, if it has a
Listen, I'm
the,
able
it's
to
concrete.
adapt.
If it doesn't have a the, it's abstract. And that's a very
As
big
the-
difference between Maplethorpe and the Maplethorpe or the Maplethorpe.
No,
and then
make
there's a
Maplethorpes.
singular and a plural there, and it, okay, I'll tell you what, Peas. I'm gonna
Doesn't
fight
matter
you.
to me,
I'm gonna
because
fight
I'm the
you
game
during the
champ.
song break, because Dr. Fox allegedly
will.
has 20th Century Man queued up, and it is 11:31 p.m., which means there is less than a half hour left to go in this live broadcast show. So when we come back, we're going to get to the Blind Eye segment. We're going to get to Dr. Fox and Fid Chuli's new favorite sport. And then Peace is going to apologize, except for he isn't. You're listening to Time for the Show on Freethink Radio. This is 20th Century Man by the Kinks. Love you, bye.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Her name was Leia. She was a
time for the show. And that is not just a statement of fact, it is also a statement of the title of the show, which is, once again, Time for the Show. And you're listening to it live on Freethink Radio. That's right, the words that are coming out of my pie hole are going right into your ear clams as I say them, except for probably, I don't know, on a 20-second delay. But we are broadcasting out of Hypercube HQ on Freethink Radio from Orlando, Florida. And by we, I mean me, Fid Julie, the head pastor of the Church of the Broken Car Antenna, and Dr. Engineer, Dr. Fox.
I was just looking at the pictures in the Scabs channel. Did you know that Turd Twaddler and Scalpod threw some pictures of their own scabs into that? And you can gain access to the VIP Scab chat on the Hypercom Discord and see all of these gruesome, gory pictures of terrible accidents that us stumbling idiots happen to constantly come upon. And you can get that at the $4 rehydrated scab level.
And where do they go for that?
Why, they go to patreon.com/hypercube or timeforthewebsite.com.
There's so many choices and places to go to get this great content.
Yes, there
and they're
is,
all
Reverend
correct.
Peas. Well, we have to say the name of the guy when we come back from the break so that the viewers know who they're listening to, right?
Oh,
Isn't that how
the
you do
viewers.
good radio?
That's professional
We're
radio.
trying.
The listeners know who they're listening
Can't
to.
you tell,
Steve.
viewers?
That was 20th Century Man
Oh yeah,
by
that's right.
Richard Kinks.
We have to say that too because we came back from a song break. Those of you that are listening to the podcast version get the songs cut every time we go to 20th Century Man in the live broadcast. I go back the night after we finish broadcasting and I crossfade out the beginning and the end, and you don't get to hear the whole song. If you want to hear the whole song, you have to listen to it live on Freethink Radio because Dr. Ellis, who is the HMFIC of Freethink Radio, has a SoCan license.
Boo.
And that enables us to play anything we want live on Freethink Radio. Copyright be damned.
I boo
And
him.
praise Doc Cosmac for
he's a
letting
nice
us do
guy.
that. But we're unclear about if we're allowed to play music on the podcast version or not.
We're not.
But anyway, welcome back.
Very much.
We're back, and this is it. This is the home stretch of Time for the Show, and as such, we have saved the Blind Eye segment because we know this is your favorite one. This is the Blind Eye segment. I hope Dr. Fox and Peas are ready for it. Because this is the segment where we specifically address ISIS, because we have a pretty big listenership within ISIS. And so we want to take the time to acknowledge them, because we appreciate
Shout out to Muhammad.
Yeah. Oh, that was racist. I'm sorry.
That was super racist.
Well, why don't I just say what the Blind Eye segment is?
Oh, and there's Scalpod with dim memes.
Scalpod is, by the way, the man. I know those of you listening to me right now can't see the Time for the Show live chat. Other than those of you that can. But if you want to see the Time for the Show live chat, you can join discord.hypercube.com. Is that it, Dr. Fox?
.com.
Hypercube.laboratory.com. It's a long one. Just go to
Discord,
Time for the website.
Yeah, go to
Click
timeforthewebsite.com.
Click
Yeah.
Discord.
You're probably there already. Anyway, praise Scalpod. I'm going to give him some love, even though the listeners can't see what I'm talking about, which is bad radio. Moving on.
We should plug his show.
We should plug Scalpod's show. All right. If you want to see Scalpod's show, it's the Scrambled Porn Hour, starring Scalpod. You won't recognize him, but he'll make you come.
He's in discount.
That's Reverend Scalpod. Thank you for sponsoring the show. He actually is a Discord supporter who has continually increased his sponsorship level. So
Yeah,
I really don't feel bad about taking up time giving him
rehydrated
love.
scab level member.
And by
yes.
the way, he makes me laugh. I really wish he would get a mic and get his ass
He's a giggler.
on here. But it's 11:40. Our asses are up against the
clock.
hard dick
Our-
of the clock.
Our Nazi.
And it's
ISIS
time for the blind eyes.
addressing butts.
Look at that. Reverend Scalpod with the time for the blind eyes meme in the live chat. And we better heed that advice. It is time for the blind eyes. The blind eye segment, for those of you who are hearing it for the first time, is where we, Vid Chuli, Dr. Fox, and Reverend Pease, name those who we have personally picked that if ISIS was attacking and we were the only ones who could rescue them, we would turn a blind eye to ISIS. That's right.
Yep.
It's not a call to action, it's just a call to inaction.
Oh, it is sometimes.
It's a call
Call
to
to action.
inaction. Those are legal. There's no rules against a call to inaction.
ISIS is
If
free
you
to
do
sit
any
at
of this
home
stuff,
and hate
don't
these
worry
people.
about the peas.
I'm just saying I'm not going to stop you if you kill this person. There might be some Marines or whatever that might stop you, but if I was the only one that could stop the person who I'm about to name when the segment starts from getting killed by ISIS, I wouldn't. And neither would Reverend Pease or neither would Dr.
I
Fox.
love how I get roped into it too. Yeah.
Dr. Fox
sure.
might say, hey, what are you doing? Knock that off. But that would be the...
All right, who wants to go first?
I'm going to go first.
All right, Reverend Pease.
Who's your blind eye piece?
Who's your blind
So
eye?
I want to blind eye people that park in handicap spaces that don't have handicap plates. And then when an old man comes out and does his job and yells at them, they come running out and they push you on the ground real violently. And then the old man shoots them. So that's my blind eyes to the guy who shoved the old man on the ground and forced him to shoot him.
Okay.
Or anybody else that finds himself in that circumstance.
My blind eye is people that tell me that I can't park in handicapped spaces. Who's
We're
your
gonna have gunplay, folks. We're gonna have some gunplay.
Wait, hold on a second, guys. Pease and Fox just burned through each of their blind eyes in like 45 seconds combined.
Yep.
Combined, done.
Hold on, but we came back from this segment with like 20 minutes to go for the show.
Right.
And
'Cause we need your
normally
blind
when we
eye
do
so
the blind
good.
eye segment, it takes like 3 fucking days to get
Yeah, but
through
we
the
need your
entire
blind
thing.
eye.
Yeah, but that's comedy.
Okay, so now
Argus,
Now it
did
works.
Fid not talk before? No,
Who's
no.
your blind
Argus,
eye,
before the
Fid?
show, did Fid say, "Oh, I got a blind eye. I got this and that"?
I
So
said
didn't
I
you
had a
feel like we
blind eye.
should blaze through our blind eyes to give
Man,
Fid the blind
I
eye
got shit I
spotlight?
didn't even get to
Because we
yet,
want to give him
man.
all the minutes of it.
All right.
Go, Fid.
Peas.
Do your blind eye.
Peas.
Who's your blind eye, Fid?
Peas. You know what? No, first of all, my blind eye, I want to convince Peas to convince me to make him not my blind eye. Peas, I want to give you a fair chance. This is called Fair Chance Against the Blind Eye. It's a new
Okay.
segment on the show,
Fair chance.
and it's starring Vid Chuli and co-starring
The peas.
the Peas of it. Reverend Peas, I have a blind eye in mind.
Right.
And I'm locked onto them, but you know what? With that stunt that you just pulled right now, live in front of everybody, I thought I told you about this, man. I thought, like, look, if you had something like this, you want to address to
Just
me,
minutes.
like, I'll show. You don't have to embarrass me in front of everybody.
Just finished.
We're live. No, this is live. I can't.
Is it?
I can't stop this. Peas, defend yourself.
It's time for
So here's the thing, Fid. I really don't even have to work hard to defend myself against the blind eye. And here's
See how
my
I'm getting myself out of doing a blind eye.
four
I'm just making
item
Peas defend himself.
list of
This
why
is
that is.
genius.
One,
have to defend
before the
himself.
show,
Genius.
He doesn't
you
have
went
to
on and
defend
on.
himself.
You
Look at
had
that
fewer
face.
mail.
Look at
You
that
had
face.
notes.
Fucking
You
face.
had a blind eye to do, and that means that your blind eye was super good. So if you waste a blind
Mine
eye
was even
on
better.
me, point two, you've already blind eyed me like 18 times out of our 23 show.
Okay, no, you're right.
Point
and actually,
three.
I should
Point three.
apologize. I should
Might I
apologize
finish
to
my
you.
rebuttal?
Oh, wow.
Point
Sassy
three.
peas.
To waste a blind eye on the peas when you've already written one seems ludicrous. See item 1.
Ooh. Now I'm getting
All right.
cross references and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
This is
there you
heavy.
go. There you go.
Fuck.
Number 4 was
My dick feels so small right now, and you're gonna make it even feel smaller. Keep going.
sometimes it's not a. Let's hear the blind eye, dude. You got a good
I
build
knew that
up.
would stop you. All right, okay. You know what, Peas? My blind eye, and let me preface this by saying that, as a lot of you know, the number system that we all use is called the Arabic number system. You know, the digits and the base 10 and all that. It's the Arabic number system, which is who is
numerals.
the number one patriot of America. I don't use it. I use Roman numerals. I turn a blind eye to the Arabic number system and anybody who uses it, which means I win the blind eye segment because that's an enormous fucking chunk of the population.
Is that the one
You're
you wrote?
all
Is that the blind eye you were
traitors.
talking about before the show that you were all excited about? Is that one? I feel like you've done that one before. I feel like if we were to go back and listen to show 5 or 6, you blind eyed Arabic numerals then too. So, dude, this is the one you worked on all week?
What do you mean all week?
Well,
No.
you, Argus Q Fox, Dr. Fox, back me up. Did he not come on saying, "Oh man, I got the blind eye of the century"?
No, I
I
had
have.
one.
I got a list of notes.
Damn. You know what,
Argus Q
Peas?
Fox is speechless. He
No,
doesn't
Peas,
even
you're
know how to
right.
respond. Finn.
You're right. Like, you're right. We're live on the radio, and I brought that, and it's like,
I feel like you replaced Arabic numerals with the P's.
Oh.
That you really wanted to blind eye the P's, but you just fell back on something safe like
I don't
numbers.
know if I'm gonna
And I'm sure you've done that before. I'm sure you've done it before. I'm gonna go listen to every show tomorrow.
let me
so I
give
can
you
come
a
back
true
next week and
story.
say, "Oh yeah, go listen to this show where Fid Chuli blind-eyed numbers."
Do you want to know why they call me Fid Chuli? I'm going to tell you, and this is going to justify my blind eye. So I'm tying it in, so it is relevant.
Comes
okay?
a time.
Check it out, Peas. Today, I got a check that was made out to me from a business that had never given me a check before to a bank that I do not have an account with. Okay? So
What they
when
put on the check?
Peas, stay with me here. Stay with me here. Okay, so I took the check into the bank, and since I didn't have an account there, they needed my my driver's license, and they needed me to tell them what my social security number was. But when I started to tell them what it was, they said, no, blah, 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 blah. Write it down. Even though there was nobody else in the bank, and I didn't give a fuck, because nobody's going to steal my identity, and if they are, they're the worst identity thieves in the world. Nevertheless, they handed me a piece of paper and a pen, and they said, write down your social security number so we can cash this check for you. So, in the interest of security and of Fidchulianism, you know, I wanted to cohere with my own religion. I wrote my social security. I wrote my social security down in Roman numerals.
And did you cash your
down
check?
The first 3 digits, then the second 2 digits, then the last 4 digits, acting as if each of those were individual numbers. I wrote it all down in Roman numerals because he said, "Hey, don't be afraid to write down your social security number. I'll tear it up and throw it away for you." And I said, "Aha, but I will introduce a new level of encryption, which is Roman numerals." And I think I'm going to be able to sleep safe tonight. And not only that, I'm going to be able to look myself in the mirror tomorrow.
You're broke right now, right? They didn't cash that check.
Yeah, well, okay, fine. Yeah. It's true. It's true. But maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. There's another branch on the other side of town.
Do they take checks at the brothels in Las Vegas, Utah?
Do they take checks where?
At the brothels.
At the brothels.
I would
and,
think
At
that
the
they would.
whorehouses.
They would. Yeah, they would process them through like.
When was the last time
POS
you went
thing,
to
but
a
they would take-
whorehouse, Peas? A brothel.
They would just process it as an electronic.
Have you ever hired the services of prostitutes?
In Nevada?
Yeah.
No, not in Nevada.
Oh. Well, that sounds vague and.
Well, it's not vague. You
uninteresting.
asked me. I have not in Nevada when I was
No, I'm
younger.
just saying
in
it
the Air
sounds.
Force.
It just sounds.
When
you
I
know.
when I was.
It's
when I
not
was
that
in-
it is. It isn't. It's very specific.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you. When I was in the Air Force, I did go to Tijuana, and I had a prostitute there a couple different times.
A couple different time.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I've
Who was
been to
your favorite
Tijuana.
prostitute in Tijuana?
I can
Lola.
tell you, it is a very sad.
La la la
experience.
la Lola. You know
Did
he's
she
a
I
have-
did. I
did
did
she
buy
have
some. I
two
read
whole
in The
legs?
Exorcist that if you're worried you've been with an unclean woman, if you poured like tequila or
If you
high
worry,
alcohol proof
if you've
on your
been with
junk.
like if a woman is on her period,
No, like if she's got like gonorrhea or syphilis or something, that if you
that
washed your
doesn't
dick.
exist.
Okay, but nonetheless, I read this in The Exorcist. So when I went to the Tijuana when I
No,
was
you read it in
17
the
in the Air
Bible.
Force, I bought a little thing of tequila. So when I was finished, I went in the bathroom and I poured the tequila all over my junk, just in case. I did
Yeah.
wear a rubber, but you can't tell with those tequila.
Well, it's
Especially
not
with
the
those-
Tijuana
the-
ones you gotta worry about. It's the Thai ones.
It's not the Tijuana hookers that you get you. It's the Tijuana condoms.
All right,
Dean, I thi-
please. I'll tell
Do you think?
what.
Do you think less of me? Should I have blind-eyed the Tijuana horrors?
No, they did you a favor. Are you kidding me?
I think so
Look
too.
at you.
So
you
too,
you
look
give
at me.
women toxic shock syndrome just by them seeing you.
But listen,
kidding
did you
me?
ever hear that? Did you ever have sex with a woman and then wash your genitals in high grain alcohol to make sure you wouldn't get sick later on, perhaps the next
This
week?
is no shit. Let me tell you, Peas, and I wear this merit badge proudly that I self-issued myself. I have had sex in a mental hospital. And how many people you know can say that?
I didn't hear what you said. I just heard you
I
had
have
sex.
had sex in a mental hospital.
I think a lot of people can say that. A lot of my patients.
Well, how
would
many
bang.
people do you know can say that? Huh?
Well,
That would
counting
admit
you?
it to you.
Well, I would catch him at it.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll cut you slack
Yeah, but
on
do
that
you
one.
know them?
Not anymore. We don't exchange Christmas
Well,
cards.
it's their
like
fault
midnight.
for putting like adjacent bathrooms between male and female occupied.
It's
rooms.
also their fault for making people wear.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Reverend Pease, since you were supremely dissatisfied with my blind eye, I'm going to
fuck.
change it. No, I'm going to change
No.
it. I'm going to change it from
So
people who
mean.
use the Arabic number system because that just emboldens ISIS, which is why I use the Roman numeral system. But, you know what? I'll put my patriotism aside. Or maybe not. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll turn a blind eye to square dancers. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm still a patriot and everything. I love this country.
Sure.
But
of course
people
you are.
that square dance, they're really just pushing
square.
it. They're taunting ISIS. They're shoving Americanism down their throat. There's no other reason why anybody would voluntarily make themselves look that ridiculous.
Do you know why square dancing took such an upswing in America? It's not ever been a popular form of dance. Do you know who made it a popular form of dance?
L. Ron Hubbard.
No, incorrect.
No, correct.
Edison. Edison was a huge racist, and he was really upset about the jazz and the jazz dancing, and this all ties into marijuana prohibition, all that stuff. But he actually started thousands of dance schools across the country to bring back the wholesome goodness of American dancing, because he thought that jazz was influenced by the Jews and the other people that he didn't like.
And
So
the,
if you actually dig into
the
square dancing at all, you'll
Negroes.
find that it wouldn't be anything but a mild hobby in this country if it wasn't for Alva Edison.
So you're saying that because those those weed smoking Negroes that were trying
Correct.
to corrupt
Edison's
all
putting
the
a stop
white
to that shit.
women. Yeah. Thank you, Thomas Edison. Yeah, the light bulb was okay, but my favorite thing
Thanks
that
for
you
bringing us out of the
did
dark ages.
was
but
preventing all those joint smoking Negroes from corrupting the white women. That was really his greatest contribution to this country. And if you disagree with me, then you're a communist. And as we all know, it's the year 2018. You have to be one or the other. Are you a communist or a Nazi?
that's your only two choices.
That is literally your only two choices. You're either a communist or a Nazi, or you're not in the year 2018, and you are. So, sorry. I'm not the one that makes the rules, okay? You are either literally a communist or
If
literally
Fid
a
made the
Nazi.
rules, he could have got that check cashed today.
Well, with 3 minutes left in the show, this is
What are you
normally
gonna
the
apologize
time
for
where
this
we
week,
do
Peas?
this is our viewers' favorite segment of the show. Peas apologizes.
I remember earlier.
You do so good, Peas.
I know earlier I clearly said I wasn't going to apologize, but now I get these last couple minutes of the show, and I love to
They're
do
all
show.
yours, man.
So I'm going to apologize just so I get my last few minutes. I'm going to apologize for Fid Chuli's phoned-in blind eye after leading Dr. Fox and I to believe that he had one of the greatest blind eyes ever to be done, which
Thank you.
actually turned out to be a meme that Scalapod made, which was "It's time for the blind eye," with a universal no sign that looked like a blind eye that you would have seen had you been a Patreon member. And I apologize for all those listeners
You
who
would've
aren't
seen it if you were
Patreon
on the
members
chat.
and don't get
I
the opportunity to
apologize
see
for
all the
Peas
extra
constantly
content.
telling people that they're getting ripped off.
I apologize for doing 12 minutes in the beginning of the show about my flat tire.
Can you
I thought it would
apologize
be
twice
a
for
life
that?
lesson for people.
Can you
I thought it would-
apologize
would
at
be
least
helpful
2 or
people.
3 times
That
for
makes
that?
me
That was we
laugh.
opened the show. Here was the story. The opening, the ascending action of the story was I got a flat tire. The descending action was my differential got fucked up. And the
No, there was-
resolution was
My
nothing.
brush with death.
Well, it was a brush with death. That's not very
You
exciting.
gotta change a tire in
A
this kind of weather, man.
hairbrush with death.
All right,
For the
I'm
old
sorry.
man.
Finish
All
apologizing.
right, can I finish my
please.
apologies?
Yeah. I apologize
don't
for
know.
interrupting
Can
your
you?
apologies.
I apologize for not making the
Say you're
yogurt.
sorry.
I messed it up. I apologize that earlier in the show I might have been trying to say my address over your guys' address because I thought that would be super funny, but maybe it didn't work out. I apologize
wait,
for
do you mean
explaining the
Hypercube?
callback.
P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida, 32793? You mean that
Yeah,
address?
I was trying the whole time you guys were saying that. I was trying to say 6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada. So I'm sorry for that, guys. I really am. And the other thing I'm super sorry about is that for some reason I had technical difficulties, and I was disturbed by that.
He's
I'm
had
super sorry
testicle-
that Cosmac and his
testicle
commandos didn't stay
difficulties,
for more
everybody.
show.
I'm sorry the computer exploded. The board dropped us.
The board did explode, but it was I don't know. We got back on and everything was fine. It was one
I'm
of
getting
those
better. I'm getting better.
live radio, except for it's not radio. It's just a radio.
It doesn't matter. I'm sure at least one of our Patreon subscribers will tell us endlessly how we're terrible at this.
Guru
And then they'll give
Drew.
us more
Guru
money.
Drew is saying what is the zip code? Peas.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
You just said Las Vegas.
I'm not gonna apologize
They
for
can
not
look
giving
that
it
up.
the-
Oh wow. Hey, now
But
it's
you know, this is
refusing
it,
to
guys. The
apologize.
show's winding down again.
The show's
uh,
over.
It's basically done. Put a
It
fork.
is.
We didn't even
But
get to
it
talk
is so
about
great to
retard
hear from both
soccer.
of you again.
What you
Love you
have
both.
been listening to is, or was,
If you would listen.
Time for the Show, which broadcasts on freethinkradio.com starting every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can send us an email at timefortheemail@gmail.com for all back episodes and to subscribe to the podcast feed, which is probably the better feed because, you know, it's edited and everything, blah, blah, blah. Time for the website.com, you know, because what's the website for Time for the Show? It's Time for the website. And what's the...
Hosted by Dry Jerk Hosting.
That's right. Dry Jerk. And, I don't know, all the plugs. Dr. Fox, do we have to say Hypercube P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida, 32793? We should come up with a song right now so that people can remember this.
You should say that,
Okay.
though. Definitely gonna say that.
Hypercube P.O. Box 4304.
Send us stuff.
Winter Park, Florida.
FLA.
32793.
You kept it Niner. You added that extra syllable. Well, kids, that's the show.
Bye.
We love you.
And on behalf of everybody from Hypercube, you're welcome.